Hello everyone, I am Third Mario Brother. Welcome back to Let's Play Sonic Lost World. In the last episode, we took on World 2, or Zone 2, which was Desert Ruins. In this episode, we're taking on Zone 3, which is Tropical Coast. So let's go ahead and get started with Zone 1. Now, personally, I've always really loved beach levels, primarily for their aesthetics. Like, look at this. This is so bright and vibrant and colorful and amazing, and I love the graphics in this game. I know I said that before, but hey, I guess I can't say it enough because it is just fabulous. Let's go ahead and grab this, and it looks like we've got another wisp that we want to use. Touch in the direction you want to go. Whoa. What's going on here? Oh, this is an underwater level. I was going to add a caveat to that real quick, though. I've always loved beach levels for their aesthetics, but I've never really been a fan of underwater levels like the one we're on right now. Although this is kind of cool with this wisp running around. I don't know if I'm supposed to be controlling this with the gamepad or if I'm meant to be just using the control stick like I am. But anyway, it looks like we got past that little segment right there, so let's go ahead and go on. Yeah, personally, never really been all that big on water levels, primarily because it just slows down the gameplay. That's, I guess, the reason why I'm a big fan of the Sonic series, is because it's so fast and so exhilarating and so, rapid in nature. And so, apparently I can't spin dash into those guys, but, when you have a water level and it slows things down like that, it just sort of takes away from the experience, I feel. Can we go ahead and go up here? Yes, we can. And I can evidently fail at going over there. Let's see, can we parkour on up here? There we go. Alright, yeah, the parkour feature is pretty cool. At times it can get a little bit annoying, though, because you'll, like, accidentally grab onto a wall that you didn't want to in the first place. But, whoa, taking control of this thing here. Let's go ahead and smash all the badniks in the world, including that little chicken that just tried to shoot us. Can we get up on this platform? No, it doesn't look like it. Can these geysers push us up? No, it also doesn't look like it. So, can we get out of here? This thing looks like it's going to blow up, and that doesn't seem like a very good thing if we're trapped inside. Oh, it's fine. It just lets us go. Whatever. So, you can take out badniks with that thing, and, oh. Come on, Sonic. Get up the geyser. There you go. Yeah, you can take out badniks with that thing and mess around and have a little bit of a power trip. And I meant to go left and right there, but I held the forward button a little too much, it seemed. Anyway, here we have a butterfly, and we've got these numbers again, so let's go ahead and try to get a 1-up, why don't we? Yeah, let's engage in the exploratory nature of this game. Wait, where'd the rest of those go? Was I too slow? I think I was too slow. Anyway, let's go ahead and free these animals here. And we get this purple flower in the middle, which will blossom into something. Whoa! Jump inside, and it looks like we've either reached a secret area or taken a shortcut or something. I don't know. Either way, that was pretty cool. It reminds me a little bit of the flowers in Sonic Heroes that you can sting with Charmy, and they, like, teleport you places. But, that's a little bit of an aside, I suppose. We get a bunch of free animals if we come up here, and I'm willing to bet there's something on top of this tree as well, so let's go ahead and check it out right after this. Go ahead and free these guys, and I saw that the last level in this world is going to require that we have like 1,000 animals total to unlock, so I suppose it'd probably be a good idea to start racking those up, wouldn't it? Anyway, let's go ahead and go over here, and these grab badniks look extremely goofy. I love that. Oh, God, get me out of here. That was pathetic. Apparently, you can't just homing attack them normally. Anyway, let's go over here, and, oh, the numbers are back, but I don't think I'm going to mess with those this time, because it didn't go especially well last time, so let's just go ahead and jump in the flower once again, and take our little shortcut. These automated segments with these springs here, it's kind of an interesting way to transition between parts of the levels. It seems like a really obvious one to take. It's like, oh, and what just happened? Sonic, what are you doing? Get up there. It seems like a really obvious way to transition between the levels, like, oh, jump on this thing and you instantly get teleported to the next part of the level, but, it doesn't seem like an especially bad one either. Like, you get the exhilarating feeling of flying through the air and as if you're in a big world, and for some reason, these guys are just giving me trouble. What is going on? Alright, there we go. Moving on to the next part of the level, it looks like, I don't know, I guess the geysers are like part of the gimmick of this level, aside from that big ball rolling thing that we had earlier, but we only had one of those, so I guess that wasn't too big a part of this level. Is there anything over here that we're going to be missing if we skip ahead? Nope, this thing just turns around infinitely, so you can pick up a whole bunch of rings here. I just noticed we had 157. That's quite a few, especially considering how often I seem to get hit in this game in levels that I'm not quite used to. And I guess these, freeing these butterflies isn't really an optional thing, because here, there's not really much we can do aside from get crushed by barrels, fall into holes, and free these guys. So, oh, get out of the way of the barrel. I'm not sure if that'll do damage, or if it'll squash you and kill you instantaneously, or if it's just there to, like, scare you into Wait, do I have to... Oh my gosh, that's cool. You, like, control the rotation of the world so the barrels roll in the direction that you're going. That's kind of a clever way of making this into an actually, like, dangerous sort of trap, but... Butterflies, want to go ahead and open that flower up for me? Thank you very, very much. And we are shot to the next section, which is another cloud bouncing section, just as we saw in Zone 1 of Windy Hill. And, these things are a little bit more floaty than they first appear to be. Like, watching videos and stuff, it seems like it'd be really easy to control, but when you get onto those tiny, tiny clouds that require super, super duper precision platforming, it can be a little bit scary, but that's alright. I'm sort of getting used to it. All you have to do is watch where Sonic's shadow is, and that's exactly where he falls. Like, it's not at all different from, where he's gonna go. Like, the shadow isn't ahead of him or anything. He falls exactly on top of the shadow, so I guess it's just always noon in Sonic's world. And this is dangerous. That was dangerous. That was dangerous. Oh, let's see how many 1-ups we can get. Oh, I'm gonna die doing this. This is gonna be bad. 1, 2, 3. How many are there here? Jeez. 4. 5. 5 1-ups, and we didn't even die once. Now, try not to get overzealous here. I feel like that's the trap, is like if you try too hard to get on too many clouds in a row, then you'll be in danger. But we just got the 5th red ring of the level, so we're coming out of the level with at least one of those. Seems like there's a ton of 1-ups here. So many, in fact, that I'm just going to leave some of them because we already have a bunch of lives. And I know I'm probably going to regret that statement later on. Is there anything around the back here? Nope, just a little globe on which we have our animals. I'm probably going to regret that statement later on and end up like 25 game overs in a row, but that's okay because we just cleared Tropical Coast Zone 1. Aw, yeah.
Alas, poor Cubot. I knew him well.
Arr! Me voice chip's all cattywampus.
Thanks to Sonic, everything's gone cattywampus. My cacophonic conch was the only thing keeping those 6 maniacs in check.
Some sort of a natural inhibitor to their powers. Very painful.
And very rare. The Zeti have an innate ability to manipulate magnetic fields. They can make electronics, including my mechs, do interesting things. I controlled those powers with the conch, until Sonic punted it away with his typical stupidity.
Get lost, Eggman, and let us get things under control.
I hope the Zeti eat you alive, you meddling hedgehog.
Okay, if it pleases the court, all those who think Eggman is a total bonehead raise their hands.
Well, there you go, folks. The motion is passed unanimously.
I didn't raise my hand.
Oh, that's great. I guess for the rest of the game, we're going to be seeing some more casual interactions between Sonic and Tails and Eggman. Because, since the Zeti are now free to do whatever they want with Eggman's army, I guess he's become sort of an ally, which used to happen at, like, the end of Sonic games. But I guess now it's just happening at the very beginning, which is kind of interesting. Anyway, Tropical Coast Zone 2. Let's get to it.
It would seem the peaceful days of tending my garden will have to wait. While I take care of these matters, the rest of you cannot.
Please, Master Zik. This is not something you should trouble yourself with. It's beneath you.
Now, don't be concerned. Get it! It'll be good to stretch these old bones.
Uh-oh. Looks like at the end of the game we're gonna have to go up against that extremely experienced tiny midget kung fu master, and there's nothing in the world that is more dangerous than a tiny, extremely experienced old kung fu master, especially when you're jumping into apples and then getting chopped up. What was that exactly? Oh, I guess you're just supposed to leave. Oh my god, it's the watermelon mission from Super Mario Sunshine all over again. Please tell me we're not gonna have to do too much of that in this level, because, the memories. Oh god, I can feel the gruesome pain from before just coming back. So let's go ahead and grab this 10 rings and okay, I don't know how I was meant to like get through that without getting hit, but hey, whatever, I guess it doesn't matter. Anyway, ooh, Whoa, we are dealing with some very, very narrow pathways here, and over here, it looks like these are the falling ones. Nope, never mind, I thought those were going to fall out from under us, and it'd be a little bit more dangerous than the rest of them, but no big deal. Anyway, in that last cutscene, it kind of reminded me of a memory that I had recently. My sister just got married a couple months ago, and I was helping her set up for the wedding, and she was like, I want these tables catty-wampus, and everybody who was there was just like, looked at each other, and it was just like, what the hell is the catty-wampus? Are you crazy, Michelle? That's her name, by the way. And it was kind of hilarious, because I didn't know that was an actual term used outside of her crazy mind until now. But, anyway, we've got an apple here, and I suppose we have to take it to another one of those big grinder things. But where is that big grinder? I have no idea. That's a very good question, anonymous viewer who probably didn't actually ask that question. Let's go ahead and try to find it, because it looks like those apples are respawning over there. Is it here? I wouldn't imagine they'd have you take it this far, although, hey, who knows? Yeah, we're on this big island thing here, and it kind of reminds me of, one of, like, the golf... well, it wasn't golf, but you had to bring a ball into a hole at the end of some stages in the Galaxy games, like you had to wiggle the Wii remote or whatever. We still got our apple. Nope, it's... I thought it was going to fall, but evidently not. But yeah, just the shape of this kind of reminds me of those bits of Super Mario Galaxy. So hey, I guess as I'm progressing through this game, I'm seeing the comparisons that people are making to Mario Galaxy as well. And jumping into holes, because I've got terrible depth perception, evidently. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue on here and go back and make up the progress that we just lost. Am I going to have to get that red ring again? Yes, I am, evidently. I guess you have to hit a checkpoint before it saves your red ring progress. So here we can either go slowly or just jump over everything. And I'm going to go the jump over everything route. That's always been my strategy in video games, is not to take my time, but to attempt to speedrun it, even if I'm not experienced with the game whatsoever, so it doesn't make any sense. But, there's a 1-up on that totem pole if you feel that you need it, and you keep jumping into this fan blade like stupid old me. But I'm certainly not in need of anything like that, especially since I just almost jumped off the edge. But hey, I saved myself, and the parkour feature came in handy once again. Yeah, it can be useful for stuff like that as well. Like if you misjudge how far a jump is or something, you might be able to just run up a wall over a pit and avoid any sort of danger that way. But, okay, we've got a giant watermelon. Oh my god, it is Super Mario Sunshine again. Why? Why is this happening to me? Oh my god, and it pops if you run it into trees. This is, they didn't take notes from Nintendo on this one over there at Sega. They didn't realize that rolling watermelons into a hole is not the best idea for a mission. Anyway, if I have trouble with this, I seriously might cry, because that mission in Mario Sunshine was the bane of my existence when I was younger. For some reason, the watermelon's also trying to attack us at the same time. Kind of weird, but let's go ahead and jump over this, and why did that happen? Do I have to squeeze it, like, through these flowers? Did a flower pop it? Did a totem pole pop it? Who knows? Let's have one more go at this. I wonder if I can bring it around the back of the plane. Oh, no, it looks like there's spikes there, so I can't really do that. If you get close to it, is that when it attacks you? Yeah, if you get too close, it starts attacking you. And maybe that's a good way to slow it down so you can get a little bit more control over it, but, like there, on that corner, it seems like you'd probably want to have it do that, just so it doesn't roll off into the side of a tree again. And for some reason, when it stomps the ground like that with all of its weight, it doesn't pop. But when it very, very slightly touches a tree or something, that's when it pops. At least this is a little bit lenient, and you have a little bit of leeway as to where you can put the watermelon before it starts, in order for it to roll into the hole. Like, you don't have to have it exactly, it'll just sort of do it automatically eventually. Anyway, let's go ahead and take out this Cuckoo Radnik. I actually don't know its name, but Cuckoo would sort of make a little bit of sense because it's like a chicken, right? Anyway, what's over here? Oh, we have a turret. It reminds me a little bit of the turrets in Sonic 3D Blast. I don't know if it's actually the same thing, but those things were so annoying playing through that game. Anyway, this isn't that game, so I suppose we should just leave it alone for now. Are there anything... Is there anything on top of any of these trees? It doesn't look like it, just a couple extra rings, so we can go ahead and continue. And these guys will try to blow you off the edge, but luckily they are not especially smart, and they seem to only blow one directionally, so, they light up my world like nobody else, but they're not that difficult of an enemy to fight with. So let's go ahead and get on top of this tree, because this is an awfully tall one. It seems kind of suspicious, although I guess it wasn't in the end, because there isn't anything of extreme importance here. So, with these guys shooting at us, I hope those shots don't pop this apple. It doesn't seem like they do. We can just go ahead and run along this tiny little runway here and get ourselves yet another geyser. Now, can I go into first person? Because I want to check what's over here. I don't know if this was just like an alternate route to get here from somewhere else. Nope. This is where we get yet another red ring. So let's go ahead and climb this tree and grab it. And yeah, if you're doing the parkour, you can hit the L trigger and you will roll up whatever wall you're trying to climb. So it gets you a little bit of extra vertical distance, which is nice. And let's go ahead and go through this apple juice. God, that is one juicy apple, man. I want one of those. Oh, and we're getting talked at by someone who I can't tell it is. I don't know if it's that Master Kung Fu guy from earlier, whose name I already forgot again. Jeez, I'm not very good with names. I worked at a grocery store for about a year, and I can never remember the names of any customers, and I felt terrible about myself. But anyway, we're getting talked at by him, so I suppose Zone 2 and Zone 4 are always the levels that you're going to be fighting one of the Deadly Six on. So we can look forward to that and go ahead and take these guys out. I'm not sure what we're supposed to do here aside from take out all the enemies, which I guess was correct. For that, we unlock a rocket wisp. What it looks like. Alright, move the Wii U gamepad in the direction you want to launch, and then press B. Alright. Here we go. Whoa, that was pretty cool. And we went from planet to planet just that easily, and we have a little bit of a skydiving section after that. Oh, and here we go. I thought this guy was going to be, like, towards the end of the game or something. Like, he was the secret master of all the Deadly Six and is actually stronger than all of them put together or something. But no, seems like he's just another one, and it's probably going to be that red guy at the end that we end up facing. So, where did he go off to? Seems like a bit of a gimmicky boss fight, but that's okay, because we can drop this guy into the grinder, and... Whoa. Oh, apparently we have to follow him around to the other side of the planet. And where'd he go? Let's homing attack him. Do it again. Can I? I don't know. Was I hurting him there? Oh, what is going on with this boss fight? Yeah, perhaps the most common complaint I've heard about this game, aside from it being a little bit slower than the past few Sonic games, is that the boss fights don't really hold up to the levels, which I don't know, I guess I can see. All the ones so far have been, like, really easy, and this one's just kind of weird, so... I'm not sure. Either way, we just beat him, and we cleared Tropical Coast Zone 2, so let's see what happens next. Oh, we just come straight back to the map. Yeah, I never know after beating a level whether I should continue talking or not, because I'm not sure when there's going to be a cutscene. I don't know if it's uniform throughout all the zones or what, but anyway, here it looks like we have... Actually, this looks really cool. It looks like an underwater level, but it looks like it could be a lot of fun. It looks like a water slide theme park, except deadly, so let's go ahead and get started.
I tested the blue one, and he's more powerful than I anticipated. He shows much potential.
Who cares about him? Now that I'm free, I want to squeeze Eggman till he pops!
And eat him, I suppose.
Well, yeah. There are better ways to make him suffer. But more delicious? What would you say if I told you we could destroy Eggman's world and use its energy to make ourselves unbelievably powerful?
Well, I would say that I had taught you well.
Yes, you have. And it will be Eggman's own creation that causes his destruction.
So it looks like that machine that we saw earlier is like sucking all the energy out of the world or something, and these Zeddy, these Deadly Six, are planning on using that energy to make themselves more powerful now that they're free from Eggman's grasp, which, great going, Eggman, everything backfired, and I thought that I was gonna, like, hop in that cart or something instead of ram right into it. Silly old me. Anyway, we've got a bit of a grinding segment here. There's no, like, balance or anything like there were in the Sonic Adventure games, so... we don't have to worry about that too much, but, I imagine there's... Wait, is this whole level gonna be grinding? Oh, that'd be kind of interesting. That'd be kind of interesting. Is there any way we can speed this up, though? Because I seem to be grinding at a little bit of a slower pace than I feel like was, intended. Okay, we hit those things, and those gates open. So we have to watch out for minecarts, and we have to open gates at the proper time, and I suppose there's going to be times in the future where we have to choose which gate that we want to open. or smack our faces into. Yeah, I suppose the leeway that you have in hitting these bars isn't too great, so you have to be right on with them. But that is okay. I'm going to still try to take that top path because I feel like there's probably a secret up there somewhere. So let's go ahead and jump over this. It's a little bit like a minecart level in Donkey Kong Country. I don't know. Am I supposed to hit this? Evidently, it gives you rings if you do, so awesome. And I feel like I'm supposed to hit that booster there, and I might be going a little bit faster at this point, but that's okay. I suppose going a little bit more slowly is probably the safer route anyway. So let's go ahead and hit our checkpoint, and maybe in a level like this, missing all the red rings will be a little bit more difficult than it has recently, so maybe this will actually be good for progress. Unless I continue dying like that. Alright, that was a little bit stupid. I was trying to jump on that rail off to the left there, because, again, I feel like there's probably a secret there, but, we just jump over this guy? Yeah, okay, we can just rely on the springs in this case. And, we missed that red ring. In fact, oh, I can't right here with an automatic segment. I was going to, yeah, I think I'm going to jump off and try to get that, because that was just so obvious. So, apologies for the little dearth of progress that we're experiencing for the moment, but things will get back on track. And now if I fail to get this red ring this time, I think I'm just going to say forget about it, and I'll come back and get it later. Whoa! Okay. Jumped a little bit too early that time. See, the first time I jumped too late, and I jumped over the thing, and that time I jumped too early. But, yeah. So, it looks like this level is a little bit of a gimmicky one. In, jumped over it again. Dang it. I was paying too much attention to what I was saying rather than the game. But, yeah. Just like we had in Desert Ruins, where we had that, like, Mach speed level. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Yay, we got a 1-up to make up for the several deaths that we just had. And go ahead and jump on this roll. See, I saw the trap there. It was trying to, make us run into that you sneaky game, you. But yeah, it seems like there's going to be like a gimmicky level for every world. One that isn't just running around and exploring and all that normal stuff. Because in Desert Ruin, we had that Mach speed segment one. Good, you can still double jump. I would have died there had you not been able to. Let's go ahead and take this guy out, because he's going to be a nuisance. And continue on. And I guess this is the gimmicky level for Tropical Coast. So, and this one seems alright, so I kind of like it. In fact, I even like the one in Desert Ruins. But perhaps my standards just aren't high enough. Oh, you are supposed to jump to hit those. I wasn't entirely sure if you were just supposed to run into them or what. But, oh well, we lost out on a couple rings there, but that is A-okay. And you definitely don't want to jump into those, because they are filled with missiles. And generally, you don't want to jump into missiles. Hey, who said Let's Plays can't teach you anything? You just learned a valuable lesson here today with 3rd Mario Brother. I really like the visuals here, though. Everything's all blue and nice, and I just missed that red ring up in the top right. I'm sure I'll die here in a second and get another chance at it, though. Don't worry, guys. But yeah, I really like the way this stuff looks. I've always liked the looks of water levels, like I said earlier. It's just the gameplay, not my favorite. Although we haven't had too much underwater action yet, and we definitely haven't had any underwater action that slows down the gameplay, so you know what? I'm really liking Tropical Coast so far. And I almost just died trying to get that red ring, but that's alright, because we come to the end of Zone 3 of Tropical Coast, and there we go.
Sonic, something bad's happening.
Whoa, what's going on?
I don't know. It's like something in the sky is draining the life out of the world. Plants, animals, even the air feels cold and dead.
Okay, you guys stay safe down there. I'll try to figure out what's going on and stop it.
Probably not the best idea of you guys to just be standing around while all that's going on, but now that I think about it, Amy's voice actually kind of reminds me of Minnie Mouse, and I'm never going to be able to unhear that. I'm sorry if I created that effect in anybody else. But, yeah, 1,000 animals for the last zone of this world, or world of this zone, or level of this zone, or whatever. So I'm going to have to go and play through a past level and get just a few more animals so that we can progress. So, I will be right back. Alright, there we go. I just played through Tropical Coast Zone 1 once again, and now we have unlocked Tropical Coast Zone 4, which is, of course, the last zone of this world. So let's go ahead and get started and take on the boss.
Your time is almost over, rash hedgehog. I shall prepare for you a lesson in respect. A painful lesson.
Oh, someone's gonna get taken to school, all right.
Follow, if you dare.
Man, I know it's a minor detail, but I'm kind of liking how on every last zone of the world, the boss isn't just randomly there. It, like, introduces them, and then throughout the entire level, you're aware that you're going to be fighting them. And not just arbitrarily, but actually... Well, I suppose it'd be with purpose anyway, but I just like how the bosses get introduced here is all I'm trying to say, I suppose. So, there we go. Let's go ahead and rocket on over to this planet. That is kind of cool. It's a lot easier to use than in, like, Sonic Generations, I suppose. But let's go ahead and push this pineapple. I guess the gimmick of this world is Big Fruit, which not my favorite gimmick, to be completely honest. I like the whole tropical motif and all that kind of stuff. But, wait, where am I supposed to push this? Do I need to push it into this ring of smaller pineapple things, or what? I don't know. I can't tell. And these chickens are extremely annoying, so let's go ahead and die, please. I'm not entirely sure how to take them out. Maybe I'm supposed to kill them with this? Who knows? Go, pineapple! Destroy them! Yes! Alright, now do I have to take out every single one of them with this? Because that seems like a little bit much in my opinion, but... Oh, it looks like you can take them out while they're not activated anyway, so maybe it's not that big of a deal. And we've only got 2 left, it looks like, so let's go ahead and push this around, and it sort of automatically... It doesn't track to where they are, but it tends to go to where they are anyway. So I suppose that's the way it was designed. Anyway, let's go ahead and rock it once again. Up towards this giant balloon. And oh yeah, get shot to... Oh, are we in a cannon here? Looks like we are. And I have to use the gyro controls, so... Am I meant to shoot through this ring over here? Is there anything else around here? Like a secret area that they're trying to hide from me? Doesn't look like it. So let's go ahead and go that way. Uh-oh. Then I thought that ring of rings meant that I would just go into that and shoot the direction that I was supposed to go. Oh my god, that was so pathetic. I'm sorry, guys. That was absolutely awful. Anyway, let's go ahead and grab this wisp and rock it again. Hopefully this time not into oblivion. Alright, yeah, I got your directions. Let's go. I guess I was looking at a rocket path from somewhere else. Do we have to take these chickens out again? Yes, we do. That is a little bit tedious. Dang it. Oh well, I guess it's not that bad. Just approach it from the side, and it gets done reasonably quickly. Yeah, we're almost already done with it, so let's go ahead and go on. This thing is, this pineapple, though, is really sensitive. Like, you're way far away from it, and you're still pushing it, so you have to keep that in mind when you're trying to take these guys out. Anyway, go ahead and grab the rocket again, and let's do it the right way this time. Get into our cannon here, and we can either shoot to this planet, or I saw another balloon up here. Am I willing to take the risk? Yes, I am. I'm just that dumb. And maybe we're getting to a secret area here. It looks like it because this planet is covered in rings, so let's go ahead and try it. I don't know whether to call them planets or planetoids or what. It does feel a little bit Mario Galaxy-ish when you're going from Little Orb Planetoid to Little Orb Planetoid, and that's really the only sort of name that you have for these places. But anyway, let's see. It looks like we are meant to go exactly where the rocket is placed, and I suppose that would make sense as far as getting to... Oh, no, 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 no! Oh, can we make it? We're skydiving. Can we make it all the way over to this part before we fall off into oblivion? Who knows? Yeah, if you hold the right trigger, that's when you start going faster like this. So I guess you actually have a lot of leeway as far as horizontal movement goes when you're skydiving. So let's go ahead and grab this bell, try to get ourselves another red ring. And it looks like this area, you've got very little room to move around because it's all these very narrow, very small platforms, especially this one right here, which is where the red ring is going to be. So make sure to take it slow, as your hedgehog instincts might fight against. And because of that, and because I'm not entirely used to the jumping yet, I just fell off the edge, and I'm losing plenty of lives. Man, this game, I'm not sure if it's like challenge, or just that I'm not used to the controls, or what, but it seems like lives come and go pretty quickly. Like, there we go. I guess I wasn't... That one is totally on me. I wasn't paying enough attention there. But, yeah, it seems like lives are, like, a very valuable commodity, and you have to make sure to keep as many of them as possible. I guess that principle is generally true in all video games, but, like, Man, this is hard. Or maybe I'm just terrible. Who knows? Anyway, let's go ahead and jump over here, not exercise the homing attack, because I think that was what was messing me up before, was that, I was homing attacking those enemies, and then you don't get a double jump afterward. And I'm sort of coming to rely on the double jump to be able to navigate platforms well. But anyway, we are moving on to a two-dimensional segment, and I suppose this is probably the one that precedes the boss, as he's talked to us a couple times already, and I think I talked over him, so sorry about that. But that is okay, because this is kind of really trippy, this big wheel here that's like spinning around. It almost made me dizzy there for a second. But we come over here, past these pineapples, and I think this badnik is called coconuts, or something to that effect. And it doesn't look like I could homing attack him there, at least not very easily, so I'm just going to leave him alone.
My God! Spiny blue weed.
Now, I wonder where the Deadly Six talk to you from, because they all have this, like, sort of echo to their voice. I don't know if it's just supposed to be implied that they're, like, far ahead of you and they're yelling back, or if they're, like, above you, or if they have, like, a megaphone or something, like a cheerleader. Although I suppose that wouldn't be very fitting for the Deadly Six being cheerleaders. But, can we make it up this way? I think we're gonna have to... Yeah, there we go. Alright. And we go ahead and grab that red ring like that. Yeah, we have 3 out of the 5 so far, and we haven't missed a single one yet. So maybe, crossing my fingers, and I hope not to jinx it, knock on wood, we'll get all the red rings in this level. Wouldn't that be cool? It was kind of sad that I couldn't get them on the first level. In the first level in the whole game, I mean in Windy Hill Zone 1. I knew where the 5th one was. It was just that I wasn't paying enough attention, and I accidentally went right past it, and that was a little bit bad. But, oh well, we can live without circuses for a few moments, I think. Anyway, I would like to homing attack that guy to get him out of the way, and just, alright, you know what, go over the tree, there we go. Now, let's make sure that these spikes are not going to come up while we're running across. Well, I guess we don't have much that we can do about those, so, oh, yeah, I guess they're activated when you step on them, so, you don't have to make them activate before you go. Oh, jeez. No, it's another giant fish that just knocked me into the water. And did I lose my red ring? I do believe... Oh, no, we didn't. We just hit a checkpoint right there, so that's alright. We're entering a new phase of the level with a giant fish, and I hate these things that follow you around the entire level. I hope this guy doesn't last too long, because these always scare the crap out of me. Like I mentioned, the one in Tiny Huge Island in Super Mario 64, and, in New Super Mario Bros. Wii, even, or just the New Super Mario Bros. Series in general, I guess. All the fish that follow you around on those water levels have always scared the crap out of me. So let's go ahead and spin dash, get out of the way of those spikes, and here we go. We've got giant turtle spike things on the top there that made me divert my attention from what was on the ground. So I didn't know exactly what was going on, and whoops, accidentally homing attack there. See, the thing about the homing attack in this game is, like, once a target is on an enemy and you're in the air, if you hit A, you are committed to hitting that enemy. Like right there, I just wanted to jump over him. And I like the homing attack in like the Adventure series and Sonic Heroes, where like you can sort of tilt the control stick in the direction you want to go, and even if you're close to an enemy, sometimes that means that you'll be able to like not homing attack them. But here you don't really have that option.
Your lesson begins now.
Anyway, our lesson and our match with the Master himself, the Master of Fruit, evidently, begins now. Let's go ahead and destroy some of these fruit and get a hit in on him as well. So I'm not sure what his attack pattern is here, if he's going to attack or what, but we just hit him twice without too much danger to us. So let's go ahead and grab this rocket wisp, and where are we meant to rocket to? Let's see, over here there's something, so let's go ahead and go. Yeah, I'm starting to learn the mechanics of the rocket wisp at the very least, so I won't totally die or totally get ruined every time I have to handle one. So here we go. Is he over here? Alright, looks like we didn't go entirely the wrong way. So I guess this match is just you have to chase him around and then hit him and then get out of the ring of fruit as fast as you possibly can. But as long as you have rings yourself, not rings of fruit, but just rings in general, you should be able to even just tank the hit and continue on afterwards. So let's get out our rocket wisp and aim for this balloon right here. It's kind of weird that these are giant balloons that pop into cannons. I don't understand why they couldn't just have the cannons there. Although, I guess the bigger balloons are easier to see, a little bit more eye-catching, and probably something that regular Sonic instinct would dictate that you should go to, even if you're not especially familiar with the series. But anyway, there goes the Master. And there goes Tropical Coast Zone 4 and the zone in its entirety. So there we go.
We have a mutual problem. One so large that it will take both of us to overcome it.
Whatever. I told you, we can handle the Zeti by ourselves.
That may be true, but the rebellious swine have gotten hold of a device of mine, and they're using it in ways for which it was never designed.
What was it designed for, Doctor?
It was supposed to extract energy from our world, but the machine is unstable. Once it reaches full power, it can't be shut off. It will drain our world dry.
Oh, so that's what Amy was talking about.
And you just want to go smash it, don't you?
Well, yeah. What? It's what I do.
Oh, always your answer to everything, Hedgehog. If you wish to create a cataclysmic explosion that will incinerate everything within 100 miles, please smash away.
So, there's no off switch?
No, not anymore. I need to get to the machine and reprogram the shutdown sequence. I'll supply the brains. You will supply the brawn I need to get past the Zeti.
Oh, and you're asking so nicely.
Good one, buddy.
Thanks.
Man up, Tails. I don't like working with my most hated enemies any more than you do, but our entire world is at stake.
Yeah, well, teaming up with you feels like the end of the world, Eggman. I'm gonna want to take a long shower by the time we're done.
Well, things seem to be heating up just a little. Ah, forgetting all the red rings. We get a little emblem on our zone that we got all the red rings in. That's cool. Anyway, we just unlocked the next world, and things seem to be heating up with the plot. Yes, the entire world is at stake, apparently. Something that is totally counter to what I thought the plot was going to be like. I thought it was going to be totally innocent, just go save the animals and that kind of stuff. But anyway, let's go ahead and take on this circus. And it looks like we get 2 balls this time. One Sonic and one Tails. Oh, no, it's like a seesaw thing. Okay, I understand. So, things get a little bit harder even in the circuses as you go on. Or circi, whatever the plural is. I'm sure it's actually circuses and not circi, because that would just be plain silly. But anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and bounce these dudes around. And where's Tails falling at? There he is. Ugh. I want to be good enough at these to where I can actually get some of the balloons on top. And I'm not sure if I'm doing that because I'm just staring at the gamepad right now and you can't see the entire thing on the gamepad. I'm not sure how high I went there. So hopefully it was fairly high. And yeah, we only have 1 attempt left after this one, so let's see if we can get some extra lives or extra animals or whatever. And yeah, I'm gonna probably have to grind for animals off screen a little bit, which seems kind of like a weird thing to do in a Sonic game. I'm not sure why they have like prerequisites to enter the next level, because that seems totally counter to what Sonic has always been, but hey, that's okay. I guess that's just the direction they went with this game. Anyway, that does it for this circus, and shall we take on another one before we end the episode? I think that we shall. But yes, we're already working with Eggman, and he's gonna supply the brains, and evidently Tails just doesn't count in that regard. What did we just unlock? Well, a giant question mark appeared on the map, and I'm almost curious enough to just come over and see what this is. You know what? I've got a little bit of time. Let's go ahead and do it. Tropical Coast Zone question mark, and I'm really curious about this. Whoa, it's like a secret level? Okay. And time's counting down, so let's go ahead and get started. Sorry about that, I just had to put the gamepad stylus away. I don't like using my finger on the gamepad because it... Whoa, whoa, what's going on? Okay, we hold A to go down. Okay, so it's like upside down from everything else. It's like a skydiving level, okay. Do we have any sort of attack that we can use? It doesn't seem like it. Let's test this out. Oh, yeah. When you're balled up like that, you can destroy enemies. So that is fine and dandy. And I assume you don't want to get caught between the edge of the screen and a platform like that. So let's try our best not to do that. In paying attention to what's coming up on the screen, I seem to be losing track of where Sonic is. So he falls to the back of the screen a little bit. And hopefully that doesn't create a problem later. Grab that one up. Ah, dang it, we missed it. That's alright, though. I guess there aren't red rings in levels like this, and I wonder if there's one of these for, like, every world, and you just have to have a certain number of animals or red rings or something to unlock them. I don't know. Or just have beaten all the circuses, except there's another circus here, so I'm not sure what the criteria for unlocking these is. Either way, this is kind of fun, and I just got my face cut off by a giant sunflower thing. I don't know, can I fall off the bottom if I hold the A button too long? That would be kind of hilarious, but kind of terrible at the same time. Now, let's not hit these guys. I was about to try to attack one, but on second thought, doesn't seem like the world's best idea to me. If you tap A over and over, it seems like you could kind of just float there a little bit. Yeah, just stay on the same, like, horizontal level, so... Oh, God. Oh god, it's a giant pufferfish. Friend, you need to, like, watch your carb intake or something. Holy crap. And he's got a little pokey on the bottom that we don't want to touch, because pokies... Who wants to touch pokies? Although it's not the Mario enemy, it's just a pokey thing. Although I guess the Mario enemy is just a pokey thing as well, so whatever. Anyway, there we go with, Tropical Coast Zone ? Free a bunch more animals, get a few more points, and, whatever purpose that served, cool. Yeah, I really don't know what those things are supposed to be, if they add to 100% completion, if there's actually a point, who knows. Either way, I guess I'll try to do them all in the future. Anyway, I don't think we have enough time for this circus this time. I suppose we'll take it on later. But I would like to thank you all very much for watching this episode of Sonic Lost World, in which we completed Tropical Coast, and I will see you guys next time where we move on to the next world, which is Frozen Factory. So, once again, thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you guys later.